Hi, my name is Brett Ullman, and welcome to Parenting, Navigating Everything, the channel where we equip and empower you as a parent to navigate all aspects of parenting in this modern culture that we live in today. Today, I want to actually walk through kind of a conversation I get emailed quite a lot. It's really looking at what do you do if your child is having a panic attack? Now, this also will work if you're having a panic attack, but I want to address this from a parenting perspective today. You know, your kid walks through the door and is having a panic attack. What do you do? What do you say? Now, there's many perspectives and things that I think you can do to help, but I want to kind of go through some of the basics of what this is and then looking at what we actually can do. Just to be upfront, I've had around 250 panic attacks. One of my last was about a year and a half ago. I was at a Toronto Blue Jays game. I was given fantastic tickets for the game. They're called club seats. And one of those places you go and they bring food right to your seat. And my anxiety, for whatever reason, was high. By the time I reached the sixth inning, it was beyond what I could handle. And I had to ask my wife if we could leave. If you know the Toronto area, right beside where the Sky Dome, the Rogers Centre is actually where the Ripley's Believe It or Not aquarium is. And by the time I reached that place, I didn't know if I was going to have to actually sit on the ground. My anxiety was so high. If you don't know what a panic attack is, the Mayo Clinic defines a panic attack as a sudden episode of intense fear that triggers severe physical reactions when there's no real danger or apparent cause. There's also a lot of debate, and I'm not going to get into this today, between what is a panic attack and an anxiety attack. We seem to use these words interchangeably, but they're actually different. And so I would say a panic attack, on one hand, doesn't come to the reaction of a stressor, meaning it's unprovoked and unpredictable. Whereas an anxiety attack might be something that comes from a stressor. You have an exam, you have a presentation at work or whatever, and your anxiety gets to be too much, but then goes away after that stressor is gone. We also often use the term fight or flight when talking about a panic attack, how you kind of get so anxious, you either have to, it's like fight or flight. You're ready to fight someone, which is kind of a weird sentence, but you're kind of flee, which is what many of us do. Now, what things might happen to you while you're having a panic attack? As a parent, it's good to know what these are so you can see these in your kids. One, and these are not in any order, I'm just giving you a whole bunch of them. Number one, your heart's beating very fast. It might also feel like someone is sitting on your chest. Number two would be maybe thoughts are racing. Three would be dizzy. Maybe then you're shaky, tingly. It's kind of like when someone gives you a bit of a back rub and you feel tingles. It's kind of like that, but for no reason. Number six, cannot read. And for me, the words seem to be kind of bouncing on the page. Number seven, you're sweating for no reason. Number eight, you can't catch your breath. Number nine, you feel maybe choking, like someone's actually choking you. Number 10, you're feeling weak. Number 11 is the idea of impending doom. You just feel like everything is ending. Number 12, your emotions are all off. Sometimes people might be crying or upset or angry. Number 13, you might feel like you've actually lost control of your life. Number 14, feeling detached. 15, sick stomach. 16, crying. 17, chest pain. 18, trembling. 19, hyperventilation, which happens because we change our breathing. And this is just some. There's many, many others. Remembering we're all different. Now, you could have a few of these or you could have many of them. For me, after a panic attack was finished, my nerves felt shot for about 2 days. I kind of slowly came back to what I might call a normal line. So going back to our original reason for this video blog, your child comes home from school or somewhere and they're in a full-blown panic attack. What are some things that you can do to help? Number one, listen to them. It's not time for rational discussion on what's going on. They need to know that you are there, that you are listening, and that you care. Put your arms around them and give them the physical evidence, that touch, that they're not alone. This is your kid. It's okay to be there in that close proximity. Number two, look them in the eye. Not looking shocked or terrified or scared, but looking them in the eye that it's going to be okay. Number three, you can tell them that they're having a panic attack. I've heard some people say you shouldn't do this, but if the person knows what's going on, I think it's kind of a big deal. For me, if I knew I was having a panic attack, at least there was some kind of acceptance of what was going on. Whereas if you don't know it's a panic attack, you might think you're actually having a heart attack. Number four, breathing. Deep breathing. We call it, like, the opposite of fight or flight is called the relaxation response, which is this idea of if you're breathing properly, it's hard to actually have be kind of in the process of panic in your body, but it takes a bit of time to move that over. We call this diaphragmatic breathing. You're not breathing up here, you're breathing with your belly, like put your hands on your belly, in and out. Number 5, you can use an app. There are the idea of different circles. I actually like an app I use called Calm, and in it there's a single button that actually says breathe, then it says hold, and then exhale, like inhale, breathe, exhale. And over time, I find that actually really helps me, and it's helped many of my friends who've been having panic attacks when I've been involved. Number 6 is time. Let some time pass. Sometimes you just need to wait for a while. How long? It could peak around 10 minutes. I've had panic attacks that have peaked only at 2 or 3 and they're done, and it could last as much as 30. Number 7, focus on something. I know some people that like to put music in their ears, or they focus on an object or something. Number 8, muscle relaxation techniques. This is going through all the, progressive muscle relaxation, it's often called, like flexing, your bicep and then releasing it. You're slowly calming your body. Number 9, just close your eyes. Now, the truth is, I don't like this one, but I've heard many people who do. It stops you from looking around you, but for me, I actually like my eyes open. Number 10 might just be having a happy place. Personally, I picture myself on a beach with waves crashing on the shore, and I love that calming feeling. Number 11, walk. Get some fresh air. Sometimes this helps, other times it doesn't, but part of this might just be getting out of the situation and being in another environment, but sometimes getting fresh air outside or going for a quick walk might help. If it's an ongoing one, you might actually add some lavender essential oils, and many people use those today. Number 13, medication. If this is something that's ongoing and I know many preachers and teachers and people have to be in front of people who might take a small pill called Ativan, and you put it under your tongue and it kind of quickly dissolves and helps your body just calm down. Number 14, you can recognize that all panic attacks end, and you can even tell the person, your child, that this is going to end. And 15 is using self-talk. It's positive self-talk, because too often in a panic attack we're very negative. And I would just say lastly, don't ask why. Why me? What did I do to deserve this? It's not punishment for something that's going on. I've also heard of people who have their kids write these things on cue cards, and then when their kids don't have their parents around, whether they're at school or alone at home, wherever, they can actually walk them through these same things. After it happens, maybe look for triggers. For me, it was being tired. Sleep deprivation always seems to be the root of my anxiety. Could be low blood sugar. For me, this is it too. If I don't eat enough, and once my blood sugar gets down, I feel more stressed and I'm more prone to have panic attacks. Maybe for you, it's stressors. Like for me, it might be speaking at a bunch of events or exams or work, relationships, family. It could be mood disorders you could actually be struggling with, and most of the time you'll have some sort of anxiety or depressive disorder going along. And I would just say you might need some counseling. Both for you as a parent, learning how to help your kid, and just for your kid, trying to figure out what might be going on. I have another video, and I'll tag it above, just talking about the idea of body, mind, and soul, and how we look at walking through these conversations in our own lives and with our kids. And remember, just because you had a panic attack today does not mean it will happen again tomorrow. I hope this has given you some thoughts as a parent on how to help your kids, and as a side note, on even how to help yourselves. Any comments or questions or other ways that you've had panic attacks or things that have helped you, please add them into the comments. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.